Okay, so I want you to do this every day to be happier, to be successful, and to basically blow your goals away. Okay, now the speed of results, even in mainly for the smaller things in your life, are going to be almost instant. Other things could take you days, and some of the bigger things could be a month to 2 months. Okay, even better though, halfway through the video, you're going to get that aha moment where you're going to realise why everything that's gone wrong for you in the past, it could be like relationship breakups, it could be sporting mishaps, it could be failed exams, it could be sales that you didn't get, anything that's gone wrong, you'll start to see a pattern, but even better, you'll be able to identify what the cause was so that you can then start to fix it. And depending on the scale of the thing, you'll see how quick the fix can actually be. Okay, so at first it might be tough, but it's going to get easier and easier and easier. Each exercise, after a week's practice, you can do it in 1 minute. First time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, but once you do it, you're going to get a surge of energy, especially when you start to get good at it. It's going to feel like you're on drugs. You'll feel a big surge of energy through your body, inspiration, creative ideas, but even better, when you then go and take action, you're just going to see an entire other level. So you've all seen the film Limitless. Imagine that, but a slightly more mild version, but the similar concept. Okay, so athletes use this, elite Olympic athletes use this, elite sporting bodies use this. I used it first in the sporting world and in the martial arts world. It was a way of super learning or like rapid skill acquisition. But most important for me, I wasn't able to apply my sport because I'd be too nervous beforehand. I wasn't able to apply the martial arts because I'd be too scared or too fearful. So what I wanted to do was to basically overtake everyone, catch up on lost time, but more importantly, was to overcome basically extreme anxiety and nerves. And I'd say the entire process was probably less than a week for me, and it's from a bad place. Okay, so what you're going to do first, step one, but you're only going to do step one. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to go inside the theatre of your mind. If you're a little bit stressed out and busy, some slow breathing, count your breaths, close your brain down. Okay, and what you're going to do, once you're inside that theatre of your mind, bright lights in my face, I want you to picture a positive outcome of something. It might even be a positive memory from when something went well. Maybe you achieved a bench press personal best. Maybe you scored a goal in football. Maybe you got a positive exam result. It can either be in this theatre of your mind, it can be a positive memory or just a positive image. Okay, so what I want you to do, this could be the perfect golf swing, the perfect sales call. It could be just walking into a party as your most confident self, as opposed to being riddled with social anxiety and being fearful. So back to the martial arts. So we did 2 minutes sparring or pad work, followed by a 1 minute break. So while everybody else chatted or rest for that 1 minute break, I used it to go inside the theatre of the mind and do that step one. So guess what I did? I'd be picturing the perfect strike, the perfect block, the perfect move. So you can imagine what happened after that 1 minute break when we went back into the 2 minutes. So if we had an hour's worth of sparring or whichever, I basically hit 20 minutes or so worth of this visualization, whereas everyone else did nothing. So I went from being a beginner to basically accelerating really quick. Again, that's like the Matrix or Limitless. It's basically rapid skill acquisition. Okay, so then moving on to the next part. I know this sounds a little bit crazy, especially when we mention the Matrix or Limitless, but there's tons of studies within sports psychology. Your brain can't tell the difference once you start hammering down your imagery of what's imaginary and what's real. So that's great. If you're trying to imagine walking into a social situation and being confident as opposed to having social anxiety, once you've run that over in your head a few times, your brain thinks it's real. And then we'll start to act that out in real life. What works better in sporting or the martial arts, or even if you're learning to drive a car, when you, and this was with the studies, when you play that mental image over in your head, the entire mental and even almost physical process takes place within your body. Or if you're going to throw a punch, if you're going to even just lift up your arm, the mental process takes place, that like sat nav within your body. All the neural functions start to come in, and everything except the actual lifting up your arm. In fact, you'll do it, you'll almost get a twitch. You can lie down and picture throwing a golf swing or a baseball or a punch, and after you've done it for a minute, you'll almost feel your arm flying out, especially if you're really relaxed. Okay, so then even better again, when this was played through, say there's a study of looking psycho-cybernetics within golfers. They would compare to throwing a random swing, they'd visualise the perfect swing, the path of the ball, and they visualise it landing in the perfect spot on the green. But their body, the brain, is already not at a high level when it comes to the swing. But the studies showed that they would have a flaw in the technique, or they might even make a slight mistake in a swing. But because they've visualised it first, that mental blueprint, as their swing became off course, recorrected it and brought it back again. And that's where the magic basically starts to happen. So what we're doing, the brain starts to build up new neural pathways. It builds out that blueprint for moves that you've imagined, so you can replay it in real life. So I want you to use this for anything. It could be, like I said, it could be for a sales call. It could be for success. Maybe you've got a chart on the wall with your goals for this year. Maybe it could be picturing MyFitnessPal and doing your weigh-in. Maybe it could be, maybe you've got an online business. Maybe it's picturing all the money, all the sales coming in through PayPal. And it goes on and on and on. It could be your sporting environment. It could be how you are. Maybe you picture yourself being the life of the party. Whatever it is, just keep building it. And what will happen, your brain will then build up that blueprint, and that's going to happen. And then once you get that surge of energy, and once you get that inspiration, 5-second rule, boom, go do it. Remember, your mind can't tell the difference. Picture it, imagine it, let your mind go to work. Just like the golfer, when the swing was slightly off, the mind would reset the course and make it work. So, because basically your mind will make you succeed. Well, it will make you succeed based on whatever your mind thinks the goal is, which may not be the right thing, so careful what you wish for. But essentially, your mind is a goal-serving mechanism. You're creating a blueprint within your mind that will dictate your performance, and it will dictate the overall quality of your life. So if you're not sold on the idea yet, well, the next part will. This is the big aha moment.